Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Milka Kamau. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about something that is universal. It is a universal process that we are bound to experience at some point in life. So stay tuned. I don't know, something like that. So today I'm talking about grief. It is a process that I have dealt with and I'm still dealing with it. It is sad, it is difficult, it is tough. So today I'm sharing an experience of losing my brother. So I lost my brother in 2018, and I remember I didn't even, there was no one to confirm to me that my brother is really gone, because I was with my friend at that time when my younger brother called me, and he was calling to reveal to me the news. So I don't know, there was something different about this call on this particular day, because I mean, my brother normally calls each and every time to check on me, and for those like 3 days before my brother passed, my brother was calling me to just informing me how my brother is doing at the hospital and other things. So I remember this specific call, there was something I couldn't explain about it. So I actually said I'm not going to answer this call, but I'm going to give my roommate my phone, and so that she can talk to my brother and tell me what my brother wanted. Um, so I remember her answering the phone, and the facial expression that she made at that particular time is when I realized I don't know what the news is, but I know it's something that I don't really want um, to to receive right now. So I rushed. I remember the first place I went was to the nearest church, and I remember I sat there, I prayed, I cried, because I don't know, I knew it. I knew my brother is gone, but I didn't want to believe it. So I was gone for like hours and hours, and my friend now, because other people had already received the news, was starting to look for me. So I went back after some time, after I realized, wait a minute, maybe it was not even something bad. Maybe they are just calling me to inform me that they have moved my brother from this hospital to that hospital, so I should just go back. I remember going back and blocking any negativity. I was ready to block any kind of information that might be sad. So I went back to the room, and my friends were waiting for me there. I think I went back after like 3 hours or 4 hours. And they were so, I don't know, the way they were acting, I knew at that moment, like, this is definitely sad news awaiting me, but until they say it, until they confirm it to me, I'm not going to ask them what is going. So because we were having an exam next day, my final exam. I psyched myself up. I was like, yo, McKenna, Faith, Nancy, let's do this. And they were looking at me like weirdly. I think I think they were saying I still don't know, something of the sort. So and then they told me people have been calling you, just wanted to check up on you. And I remember my friend McKenna at that time asked me, do you know what is wrong? I said, no. Do you want to know what is wrong? I said, I don't want to know. Do you know what has happened to your brother? I just told her, no. So at this point, trust you me, I had an idea that my brother is no more, but I really didn't want to accept it. So I remember I I I I tried discussing with them 1, 2, 3, and then at around 11 we were about to sleep to prepare for exam actually in the morning. So when I was just about to sleep, because I had not touched my phone for a long time, so I really wanted to go through messages. But the funny thing is, like a week before my brother passed, I had decided to take a break from social media, from Facebook, WhatsApp. I was like on a off mode. So I was just like, niingie WhatsApp, niingie FB, niingie Twitter, nisome SMS. But at the same time, I'm scared of maybe finding out the message. So I just took my phone and then, like the way you can open your messages and then there's that message over there that imepop. So the message ninapatana ya kwanza was from my cousin, and my cousin is like, hey, I heard the news. I'm sorry. May your brother rest in peace. I'm telling you, I just shut that phone down. But before, remember telling him that is not true. He's just sick. And then I switched off my phone and I tried sleeping. Of course, singeweza kulala. So I went, I woke up my friend. I told her I'm not able to sleep alone. And I think at that moment is when I asked her, so what has happened? Because I know you've heard the news. Because when I was rushing to church, I told her, go to go to my other friend's room. I think she has an important message to tell you. So at this moment when I'm with her and telling her I can't be able to sleep alone, is when I asked her what is going on. Like, I think I want to know. And then she told me, like, my brother is no more. And then I just told her to, yeah, I don't know. At that point, I don't know. I think there was confusion. I felt my heart break. So I really didn't know what to do or what to say or how to react. So I tried sleeping. I couldn't sleep. So I went back to my room. I think I took some sleeping pills to help me sleep actually, because I was not sleeping before, because I think this emotion was just with me. Trust you me, that night I think I had like 30 minutes of sleep. The other time I was just rolling and rolling, and at some point I woke up. I called my mom. I tried speaking to my mom, but I could not. I was just crying, 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 crying. Yeah. Fast forward the next day after the exam, they were, um, my family at home were worried, of course, because I had not communicated with anyone. I felt like I really did want them to see me getting confused, me being sad, me just in confusion and everything. So after the exam, my friend of mine called Faith, the one who received the news first, she told me she's going out, and then she's going to come back and help me pack so that we can go home. But here's the funny thing: I knew she's going to talk to a counselor to see me. So I just pretended, like at this point I'm just like, I know this is going to happen, but I'm going to act like nothing is happening. So she went, and then she phoned me, and then she's like, Milka, unaweza kuja, like unisaidie kufanya 1 2 3. I'm like, okay, sawa, I'm coming, but deep down I knew ninaenda kwa counselor. So me going to the counselor, at first the counselor is, how are you, Milka, how are you doing? No, I'm just saying everything is fine. How is your brother? My brother is fine. How many brothers do you have? I have 2 brothers. Yeah, she's like, yeah, how about your older brother? Tell me more about him. And at that time when I'm talking about him is when I realized, yeah, I'm crying, and I even don't know why I'm crying. Remember, I was still like in denial. I was like, no, my brother cannot be gone. I think they have just they don't know what they are saying. You get. So at this point is when the counselor revealed the news now, and she told me that it is okay. My brother is gone, and I have to process that before it becomes difficult for me as I go by, because I have to like accept it. And I remember the one thing though that I don't know how to say it, because she told me I have to be strong for my mom and my dad and my sister and my brother. And I think that statement is what made me I don't know what no that statement I focus so much on being strong for my mom and my dad and my brother, my younger brother that is, and my younger sister, that I forgot to be strong for me. Yeah, so the counselor told me I have to be strong for my family, and that statement in itself, I'm not saying she did something bad, but I focused more on being strong for my family, for my mom, for my dad, for my sister, for my brother's kid, that I forgot to be strong for myself. So I remember every time I felt like breaking down and crying, I'll be like, be strong for your brother, be strong for your mom, be strong for your nephews. And what I should advise, what I would advise people is that you just have to be strong for yourself first, so that you may be able to be strong for other people who are dealing with grief, who are dealing with grief. And I'm telling you why this getting be strong for yourself, be strong for your family statement affected me, especially during the burial, because I was during that time, because of course the day of the burial is like the hardest and confusing situation ever. So uh, at that time, I remember other people were telling me, "Oh, you have to cry, you have to cry," but within me, I have this statement: be strong for your mom, be strong for your brother, be strong for your sister, be strong for your dad. And I had to be strong for them. And I'm telling you, during burial was one of that experience. I don't even remember what happened. What I hear people telling me is that I was behaving weird. It's like I had blocked all my emotions. I was blocking my sadness, I was blocking the tears, I was blocking the emotions, all in the name of I have to be strong for my younger sister, I have to be strong for my younger brother and my nephews. And it did not help. It made the situation worse. Now, after the burial and people had gone back to their normal lives, this is like another season that you feel anger. You are you will most probably be angry at everyone, because you feel like they are going on with their lives as if nothing happened, while you are still dealing with grief, with the loss of that someone. You'll be like, I remember this time, maybe we could be doing this. It's such a difficult, I can't even explain how hard that is. But we have to remember that we have to deal with the pain, we have to deal with the sadness, and we don't have to compare our grieving to other people's grieving around us, because we all go through the different stages of grief differently. I mean, for me, I started with denial. For my sister, she started with acceptance, went to denial, you see. So it is a different, we deal with it differently, that is. And then another thing that I experienced with grieving when I was still dealing with it, like this is after weeks or even months, have to after months, insensitive comments from people. I believe that when people are saying these things, they have good intentions. They just, most of the times, they don't know what to say. But if you're watching this and you have a friend, you have a brother, you have a cousin who is dealing with grief, I think you should watch out. You should actually watch out for insensitive comments. You know those comments like, get over him, get over her, get over her. It's God's plan. Let him rest in peace. Why are you talking about him? Mwache apumzike. Like those comments, they make your heart crash. They are the most insensitive things you can tell someone who is grieving, because grieving is not, it's not a 1 day thing, it's not a 1 week thing, it's not a 2 months thing. It's something that you will deal with it for a very, very long time, and day by day it gets easier. Sometimes you might never even get over it, because you will still have episodes of and memories of the person that you loved and lost. You will have those memories and you will feel sad, and it's okay. It's okay even if you feel sad after 1 year. For me, it's been like 2 years. There are days I miss my brother. There are days I remember the memories and I feel like I really need to cry, and I cry about it, and it's okay. And there are days I think about him and I smile. Like, with time, the feeling, the memories, and they will not really affect you as much as the first week, months, but you will get better, and you are not alone. I know this is a very difficult season, even at this moment. Maybe you've come. Oh shit! Maybe you were online. You was just like, let me see how other people are dealing with grief. Remember, you are not alone, and it is going to be tough. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be hard. You're going to be confused, and sometimes you will need even alone time. You're going to be so sad. Sometimes you will find that I need time to be alone. I need to shut other people out, and that it is okay if you're doing it for 1 hour or 2 hours. And if someone tells you to get over it, just know, I don't know how you should respond to that. But for me, I just learned that you're not going to get over it. So stop telling people to get over the people they have loved, they loved, because love never dies. So you love that person, love never dies. And we share their stories because they get to live on. Because, I mean, if you don't share their stories, then they don't live on. Because I believe you should talk about the person that you've lost. Somehow it helps with the healing process, because it's something that is going to be there forever, and you will be able to deal with it. Trust me, you will get through this, and I got through it. There are days I feel sad, there are days I feel yeah, there are days I feel confused, like this, like right now, but you will get better. You will be able to come up with ways to deal with it, and at the end of it all, there will be positive results from you dealing with grief, and not pushing it away. Just deal with it, walk through it. And yes, there will be days you'll be talking about that person and you'll be smiling. Yeah,